Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Well, is the bloodbath over? Is it safe to come out and buy? We're going to discuss that and a whole bunch more. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel, as does the wonderful comments that you take the time to write. I take the time to read it and respond. Thank you so much. And those of you who are watching for the first time, smash the subscribe button and you will get these daily update videos. Okay, so let's first of all jump into the Bitcoin chart and ask the question, okay, is the bloodbath over? Is it safe to buy? And I want to point out something, and I have pointed this out a couple of times over the last week, but we want to keep a track on what is happening here. First and foremost, we had the beautiful Tribal Trades signals indicator, one indicator to rule them all. Again, accurately pick the bottom of this move and then accurately pick the top of this move. This is where I got out here, of course. Now, these moves on the daily time frame that we're here, they generally take less than a week or so to play out here. This one only took about 5 days to play out, and so far this has taken about 4 days so far. But what are we looking here? A couple of things. First of all, we have the Tribal Trades trend line, one line to rule them all. And as you can see, that once we broke above that, we saw some nice upside, but it wasn't just breaking above that. It was also breaking above the 9 and the 20 EMA. And I have the 9 there as the dark pink line and the 20 EMA on the daily as the light pink line. Now you see this entire move to the upside. We had a similar situation where we had a break of a trend line here, the Tribal Trades trend line again. And again, we broke above the 9 and the 20, and this whole move has been governed by the 9. You can see each time it hadn't even come back and touched the 20 actually from when it broke out there from this consolidation pattern, and we moved to the upside. It came and touched and tagged the 9 on the way up. Now, when we lost the 9 here, we came back, we retested it, rejected, and we fell away to the downside. However, we came up, retested it, and then we took off and had some nice upside. Now we're seeing something very similar here where we've come down, we've broken below. We actually haven't had a retest of that line, actually, and there doesn't have to be. I would be surprised if there wasn't, of course. This is the line we have to get above. 106,000. It's currently today at 106,500. Now, the issue is the longer price stays below that, the more that this is going to curl to the downside and cross below, potentially below this 20 EMA on the daily there. Now, I've taken you back in our little time machine here about what happened the last time we had the same situation. You can see here we broke above, we have trend lines, resistance, and now another trend line resistance here. And of course, we eventually broke that. But I want you to see what happened there. We went below the 9 EMA and we couldn't recover above it. In fact, we went below, jumped back above it, went below again, we retested it, and then we just really fell away to the downside when the 9 crossed below the 20 EMA. And you can see while the 9 was below the 20 EMA this entire time, there was a couple of moments where price bopped above it, hit the trend line, and then came back down, retested, and then finally there was a final breakthrough moment here that we got through here incredibly. So that is what we're looking for today. I want to see a close above 106,500. Now, if we don't see a close above 106,500, I'm not sure if this line will completely have crossed. We'll update this on Monday. If we don't see a close on Sunday above this, if we don't see that weekly close above this, then my fear is that we are going to see this 9 cross below the 20 and we create a lower low here. We do have a lower high. There's your high, there's your lower high. And then we have a low there. We do have a higher low. This could at the moment, this could turn in if we break below this 100K level, then really a quick drop to 97 would be the level. About 97,000 is my next level there that I would expect to be tagged on that loss of that level. And then of course we've got that crucial 95 and then down to around that 92 to 93 level down there. And of course 88 is possible. However, we would not like to see us go down to 88. I'd like to stay in the 90s and not have a deeper correction than that. My bigger concern is on the weekly time frame here. We don't yet have the red dot yet. We don't have that red dot, but if it does come, usually these moves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 weeks, about 30 days of upside. That would be my concern, that the red dot would appear, that usually that would signal that there's going to be some kind of a move back to the downside, and we could see these levels down here tagged. And of course, on the daily time frame, this could be quite dangerous if we see that drop below. That's what I'm looking for. And just remember, historically in June, this has been what we've seen. And of course, at the moment, we're green, only just. Historically, over the last 5 years, we've had 4 red and 1 green. Historically for June, the average low is the 13th of June. But that's for all Junes. However, in the last 5 Junes, the average has been around the 20th or the 21st of June. And that would be the same for in a post-halving year, the post-halving year being the year after Bitcoin's halving, which is 2021 and 2017 and 2013. A smaller sample, but does line up with what has happened over the last 5 years. That plays out as historically has happened before, then that would indicate that the Bitcoin low for June is possibly not in yet, and that it could be coming in the next week or so. We'll see how that shakes out and really to come. Let's have a look at some of our other charts here. The USDT dominance does tell us a story, because generally speaking, when you see the red dot appear there, the tribal trades indicator signal, that has generally been a good time to get out of altcoins. And when you see the green dot print there, that's been a good time to get in. Now, not every altcoin's a stronger altcoin. Some altcoins really haven't moved very much. And so you can see there, that's very important. You can see actually when the red dot appeared, which was a good time to get into altcoins. We don't have a green dot there yet, but it is close. The blue arrow there, the green dot usually happen. You can see the blue arrow and the green dot. And again, if we have a look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of downside. If we were to see around about 5 to 6 weeks of upside for USDT dominance, that would people selling out of their altcoins and out of their Bitcoin into USDT. And if we look at total 3, there is a worrying sign, because we do now have that red dot on the weekly time frame, and you can see what happened last time that happened. Now, again, sometimes how long does this play out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 weeks there to the downside there before we recover. This one actually didn't last very long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 weeks there. That one lasted about 40 days for that little mini alt season, and now we're seeing this pull back here. So of course it'll be interesting to see what shakes out. It does lead me again, the charts showing we're below the 200 moving average there on the daily. That's not great to have lost that, and as you can see, we are about to lose the 9 EMA going below the 20. We're now below the 50-day moving average. We really don't have many EMAs left to support. We got the 200 EMA on the daily there, and we've got the 50-week moving average, which has historically been a bit of a bull market support line. That again, if you get out of your altcoins here, you get in your altcoins when you see the tribal trades indicator give the green light there. And of course, on the weekly time frame, unfortunately, we have that red dot that's not looking so good there. So things are bearish. Now, anything can change in a moment in just one tweet. Everything can change. And of course, that's the world that we live in, that we have a very much of a news-driven cycle. But at the moment, they've been very accurate in calling this run and showing this run there. You can see that was a perfect time to have really gotten out of altcoins, and this was the ideal time to have gotten back in and had a nice little move to the upside, even though it was very, very short-lived there. So that's what we're seeing with the crypto market as a whole. Now, just remember, if you do want to get access to the Tribal Trades indicator, you can do so by joining the Tribal Trades Discord. One Discord to rule them all. If you do want to sign up, there is a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the More button, and that will pop out, and it's the top link there. And we are closing the Discord. It is a closed Discord. It's exclusive Discord. It's not open all the time. That will close this month. I will give a date out as we get closer to that to give people time. And if you were thinking of joining for less than a cup of coffee a day, you can join the Tribal Trades Discord. It really does pay for itself with the trades and the setups and the community and all the different education and content, resources, analysis, and entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purpose only. Are you not entertained? And so jump into the Discord if you're thinking about joining. We will close that off this month. There will be a wait list after it is closed. However, here's the Tribal Trades Indicator channel. That's where you get access to the Tribal Trades Indicator, all the instructions, details, tutorials in there. We have the Life-Changing Gains University, the trading course there. There is a new lesson that comes out every single week. Lesson 8 now is there. So if you'd like to start going through that to upskill and supercharge your trading skills, that there is available with a whole bunch more live sessions. There is one today at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that you can catch a live session with me where you can interact, ask questions, and learn in that incredible trading environment there. And a whole bunch of other channels. I'm not going to go through them all. You can see them there all on the side if you're interested there, and the link is below in the description of this video. Let's just close out with the liquidation heat map. We were looking at follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And as you can see, just liquidations to the downside, then took some out up here as it kind of pumped up, got stuck, didn't quite get to that 106. Look at where it got rejected, right near where the 9 EMA is. And now we're coming down. It does look possible. This move would be the more bullish one, to come up and take that out, as long as it's not a fake out, and then stay above that 9 EMA and get that 9 EMA away from the 20 EMA and then continue up. However, there is a lot of liquidity below, all the way to 102. Let's check out where the other liquidation levels are there. Again, there is a lot just below there. That would be easy for the market maker to come down and take that liquidity to the downside, particularly with a lot of people in fear over the markets. Just look, see what we have here on the weekly time frame. I would not be surprised. I don't think this bull market is over while this kind of sits here to the upside, and it's just too tempting for the market maker to come up and take all that liquidity that is there. And if you look on the monthly, there is just more to the upside now as people are starting to go short. We could have a little bit more downside, and just because that's there doesn't mean that it's going to get taken right away. Certainly there could be moves to the downside where we take, there's a fair amount of liquidity down here. Actually looking on the 6-month time frame, it gives you a bit of a big picture view of how much there is the downside. Now the brightest amount is up here. There are billions and billions of dollars, $9 billion at 111,000 right there. So the most concentrated level there is at around 110 to 111,000, even up to 112,000 there. However, there is a fair bit there. You can see what we got around about 99,000 as we keep coming down there, 97. There's a fair bit down there at 93 and 90. So this would be a target that I feel the market makers could come and get. Now, they don't have to come and get it now. They could push it higher, take the market up to 120, 128 up here, and then finally come down and get these later in the bear market. So keep that in mind. Just because those liquidation levels are there doesn't mean that they'll come and get them right away. But we do have a lot of bearishness in the market at the moment. The charts are bearish on all the time frames, particularly for altcoins. It'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out there. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have time for today. And until the next episode, which will be the stocks on Sunday, and we will uncover some of those hot plays that we've been trading in the Discord there, or until I see you on the Discord. Happy trading.